possible for those who are sponsoring the terrorist activities against our people to now come out to fight those that are sponsoring. It is quite unfortunate. This is a big deception. And I know a lot of you listening to, Biafrans, a lot of us listening to the interview that special, whatever is called, Bala, granted. You see how they used to play Takia. You see how they continue to use sweet mouth to decorate the terrorist government. And it is quite unfortunate for them. They were all caught in the web of their lies. He was caught on the web of his lies, and there is nothing he can do about it. There was nowhere to hide. So Biafrans, the truth of the matter is that Nigeria is a dead country. Nigeria is a terrorist country. Nigeria is the sponsor of terrorism in Africa. Because why Iran is the sponsor of terrorism all over the world, helping Nigeria, to Islamize us. Nigeria, in the other hand, is trying to Islamize other indigenous populations, and as well from there fund terrorism all over Africa. Just like what Iran is to the Middle East, that is what Nigeria wants to be in Africa. But we are not going to allow that to happen. That is why we are calling on Biafrans in the homeland, in diaspora, to continue to support their freedom, continue to support the Biafran Republic government in exile, our government, continue to support our Prime Minister, His Excellency Ogechukwu Nkere, for what he is doing in Washington, D.C. on our behalf. And if you want the positive result to continue to come in, you have to support financially. Very, very important, because our lobbyists, our attorneys, they don't do their job just by, you appreciating their good work. No, they have to get paid for what they are doing in Washington, D.C. And remember what Mazi Elias promised while he was unveiled to the Biafran people. He said they are going to be our voice. They are going to speak for us. They are going to defend us. That he is going to make sure that our voice is heard in Washington, D.C. And he is doing it to the best of his knowledge and ability today. Our voices are being heard in Washington, D.C. Today, our Prime Minister can sit down with senators, representatives, congressmen, and women to table Biafra before them. They are now being educated. They are now being informed of what Biafra is passing through.
We can't hear you again, King David. We lost you, King David. Okay, I think he's distracted. Yeah, so Biafrans, we have a lot to tweet today. Go to our information minister's page, and then if you have not shared the videos from our people in the homeland.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I was being distracted. So, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekwanjoko, our first Prime Minister, please, sorry, I will come back. Give me a minute. Thank you so much. Biafrans, let us continue to support our freedom. It is very, very important.
Okay, thank you so much. When you are less busy, you can join us again. So, Biafrans, welcome. Kindly share the space as you are joining the space. And if you have your donation or guinea, you can do as usual. Okay. So, we had three objectives today: to talk about the Afani very briefly, and then to go into the interview of the two ambassadors, and the last one will be to talk about Ahmed, as he was crying during his interview with Daily TV because he's panicking. Minister 1 million, it kicked you out again. All right, so you know, when the ambassador Freeman, ambassador, Israeli ambassador, when he spoke in Arise TV, he spoke with certainty, 100% of it. It was not he wasn't diplomatic in what he was saying. He wasn't diplomatic, being careful with his words. No. He was not even shaking or trembling. No. He did not say, okay, we believe or we suspect. He said it is well documented. That was what he said. Well documented, meaning that if you wake him from sleep, he will provide the evidence, the pieces of evidence to what he is talking about. And as I said in the beginning of the space, we are also speaking with evidence, and we are getting it directly from him as well. We have the evidence as well to back up in everything that we are saying. So he said it in the front of camera. Everybody listened to it. With the Iranian ambassador available to respond, which he did. So if you ask, what gave him that confidence to come, say whatever, all that he said in front of the camera, I would say that he had 5 layers of evidence, 5 good layers. And I'll try my possible best to see how we can go through it. If you have others, please, immediately I drop this side before we go to the next one, kindly chip in and then speak to the Biafrans about it as well. Now, he had his first evidence for 47 years of documented hostility that has happened. And he said it clearly, for 47 years, Iran had a policy of death to America, death to Israel. Its entire state structure has been sponsoring terrorism, funding organizations worldwide to kill Israelis, to kill Jews. When I say Jews, including you and me, and to spread terror everywhere. 47 years. So this is not an allegation against a neutral country. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, is a prescribed terrorist organization across European Union. So it's not new. And the multiple individual countries have also prescribed them as a terrorist organization and has been formally designated by the United States. Because for 47 years, they have been chanting death to America, death to Israel. So this ILGC is a global terror operations. All their operations, all that they have done, have been documented in court proceedings in multiple countries, not just Israel intelligence reports. So the man was very, very sure of what he was saying, unlike Boala, that went to the screen, still sat in front of the audience and was lying through his anus. Advisor to Tinubu, advisor, I'm not aware of that. That should be his second name. Now, another layer I feel he got this confidence from was when he linked it, because there's a link between Argentina, Bulgaria, and Nigeria. And there has been a trail of bombing in this region. He specifically named these countries. If you go back and listen to the full interview, he named these countries that in 1994, bombing of the AMIA Jewish Community Center in Argentina that killed 85 people. And it has been conclusively linked to Hezbollah operatives acting on the orders of Iran. He made reference to it. I'm not the one that made reference to it. Go back and listen to the full interview. You will hear it. As I said, whatever we say here is evidence-based. Argentine prosecutors issued international arrest warrants for senior Iranian officials, including former President Hashemi. And in Bulgaria as well, in 2012, there was a bombing of an Israeli tourist bus that was carried out by the same Hezbollah with Iranian backing. So these are not allegations, these are court-documented findings. And Freeman cited this precisely because they show Nigeria is not a new target. It fits a global pattern, what has been happening, a global pattern, of Iran using proxy groups to attack countries it considers hostile to its interest. Because right now, there is a Islamic movement of Nigeria coordinated by Iran, by Zaki. So what are we talking about here? Proofs, the evidence are everywhere. And he also made reference to the post of Ayatollah exposed. He said, because this is very, very important. I love people that back up whatever they say with evidence. This is very, very crucial, that the documentation is not just from Israeli intelligence. So he said that Ayatollah himself posted his support for the Islamic movement of Nigeria on the social media platform, which is public to everyone to go and see. The supreme leader of Iran publicly declaring support for an organization that has been designated by the Nigerian government as a security threat. Now, this organization was designated by the Nigerian government as a security threat to the country. But these were the same people that came out a few days ago and trampled on the flags of US and America. So why didn't they arrest them and say, oh, you were designated as a threat to the country? Why are you parading on the streets? Why are you shouting chants, dead to America and dead to Israel? They did not, because they are Ribadu's brothers and sisters. So after designated them, what next? You pamper them, you feed them, you groom them with the money coming from Iran. Because they are all under the control of Zazaki. And who is controlling and feeding and funding Zazaki? With 300 schools that they have free education for all those that claim that they are from a poor family. Still coming from Iran. The evidence are there. That he said, these people have clashed, carried out violent attack in Nigeria. Burning the flag of Israel is not the first time. The flag of America is not the first time they've done that. So this is not a, leaked intelligence. It is something that everybody saw. This is a public endorsement by a head of a state of a proscribed armed movement in a sovereign country. And Gumi now is equating us to this group of people. We are not terrorists. We are people that determined freedom. We are people that are desperate for freedom. We are not terrorists, and we will never be. Another layer of confidence that this man had was Iran Global Terror Inventory. And Nigeria is on that list as well. He listed Iran known proxy organizations, he listed Hamas, he listed Hezbollah, he listed the Houthis in Yemen and militias in Iraq. And every single one of these groups has been used to attack America and Israel interests. But then he said something that Nigeria need to hear. And everybody in this space need to hear. We have seen them acting in Nigeria. That's what he said. We have seen them acting in Nigeria. We have seen these people acting all across the world. He also revealed that just 2 months before the Arise TV interview, that millions of Iranians rose up in internal protest against the regime. And the regime response was to gun them down. We all saw it. Up to 70,000 people have been killed. They were massacred in Iran. This is a government that kills its citizens in tens of thousands. So you think you think they have any hesitation funding the killing of Christians in Nigeria? They will not hesitate. So the man spoke with confidence and evidence. Another evidence he had was the Iranian ambassador response proved everything that he did. Everything. Because this is what I also added to myself. That proved everything. Freeman said. When he was giving, Iran ambassador was given a chance to respond, what did he respond? What did he do? He said the intelligence were entirely unfounded. He said Iran regards Nigeria as an important and influential country in Africa. And he talked about trade. He talked about education, culture. He talked about science. He talked about technology and health. He did not deny that Islamic movement of Nigeria received funding from Iran. He did not make reference to that at all. He did not. He did not deny that Ayatollah posted on his X handle his support for his Islamic movement in Nigeria. He did of Nigeria. Sorry, he did not do that. He attacked Israel's credibility instead, immediately, in a court of law. I don't know if Mama Betty is here. What do we call that? We call that deflection. Deflection in the court of law. Now I'm a lawyer. If I'm wrong, she will come and correct me. I'm not a lawyer. So that was what happened. And this is what you do when you cannot refute specific evidence. You lie, just like Daniel Bwala. You lie to cover up. Another evidence, I think, which aligns perfectly well. Can you hear me? Iran said, which had to do with Nigeria. He said, Iran regards Nigeria as an important and influential country in Africa. Now, look at the language. The language is what I was looking into, and it's very, very important. He said, important and influential country in the Islamic world. That is what it means. So when he says Nigeria is an important and influential country in Nigeria, he is making reference to being important and influential country in the Islamic world, unquote, because they are members of OIC. And it is the exact same language that the president of Turkey, Erdogan, used about Nigeria from Turkey. We made program on this, and my people have been talking about it. So both Iran and Turkey are calling Nigeria important in the context of the Islamic world, because they are together in it. Not African world, not the developing world. The Islamic world is what Nigeria has become very, very important and influential to them. So they are both competing to be the dominant foreign Islamic power with influence inside Nigeria. And Nigeria Christian, you and me, you are the territory that they are competing over. You as a Biafran, you as a Jewish person, you as a traditionalist that are still sitting on the fence and said it doesn't concern me. It is me and you that they are competing with. When Turkey gave them weapons, they said they are giving them weapons to fight the terrorists. In the context of terrorism in Nigeria, it is Biafrans that are terrorists to them, not their brothers. I don't know how we want people to explain this thing over and over again. Ribadu has just come out and informed everyone that these people are not terrorists, they are his brothers. So who are the terrorists now in Nigeria? It is the Biafran people, because according to them, they have designated IPOB as a terrorist organization. We saw the debris of Turkey weapons in Biafra land. So when they got the weapons that Bwala was saying that they've gone into agreement with Turkey, they got weapons to come and fight us. And you could see Gumi making reference to the weapons, that if we drop our weapons, then they will drop theirs. How can Gumi equate us and compare us to a terrorist? Some terrorists in the bush that sleep with cows, that use cow urine to wash their head. We are not terrorists, and we will never be terrorists. So after all this interview, I don't know if anybody have anything to say before we listen to what Iranian ambassador said. I think I just opened this space for myself only today. Nobody is ready to say anything. My co-host, are you there? Okay, David, you are back. So the Israeli Prime Minister had all this evidence put together and many more. Because of time, I had to shorten it. And many more to tell his listeners that, come on, this is what is happening. We have a lot of it to tell the world that these people are funding terrorism in Nigeria. Yeah, my co-host, you can go ahead if you're there.
I am back. If you can hear me, please.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Okay, sorry for that, disruptions, Sometimes when you are busy, that is when you have calls, you have disturbances, and all the rest of them. So, my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, lovers of freedom, it is practically impossible for the sponsors of your killers to fight your killers. These are big distractions, are big deceptions. Just like when we say the Fulanis, they know how to play takia very, very well. They are like mosquitoes. The sponsors of these terrorist activities against the indigenous people, they are like mosquitoes that you have if you are living within a place that breed mosquitoes. You see, when mosquitoes are biting you, you will not even know why the mosquito will be biting you. It will be the feather will be, will be clapping his feathers, and you will be thinking that you are good, whereas the mosquito is sucking your blood. That is exactly how these terrorist sponsors they function. They come with their takia, their deception. They come and tell you, oh, that they are fighting terrorism. They come and tell you they are fighting insecurity. They come and tell you they are fighting insurgents. But in the real sense of it, they are the insurgents, they are the insecurity, they are the jihadists. Who would have imagined that Nuhu Ribadu, who is the chief security officer of the Nigerian state, apart from Tinubu, he is the man who have every intel about security in Nigeria? Who would believe that he is liaising, he is working with the killers of their people? Who will believe that the Nigerian government are paying terrorists to kill you, indigenous people, the owners of the land? Because they know they can't do it alone. They have to import. They told you that in 2015, in order to win election, they have to go to Niger. They have to go to the Sahel region to import people to come and vote for them, so that they are going to use the numbers to win their election. And they succeeded. After winning the election, what did they do? Those people, they now promised them settlement, that Nigeria belongs to them. Grab your land, displace communities, kill them. Their lives do not matter to us. That is what somebody like El-Rufai, Shetima, the late Buhari, Ganduje, Sultan of Sokoto, all these Islamists, the likes of Gumi, the likes of Pantami, all of them, that was what they told these terrorists that they imported. Go to anywhere that you like, if you like, in Kebbi, in Borno, in Kwara, in Sokoto, anywhere that you like, that you feel the land is fertile. Go and drive the indigenous people that are living there. Occupy it. That is your territory. We are in charge of Nigeria. We have the security advisor. Rio Hurubadu is there. Pantami is there as the information department. They divided themselves to strategic positions so that nobody is going to speak. Nobody is going to fight for you. Nobody is going to speak for you. If you talk about the presidency, they are there. If you come to security matters, they will call Nuhu Ribadu to come and speak. Every challenges. If you talk about genocide, they will tell you, oh, the Christian Association chairman is they will say, they will call him to come and speak because they are the ones who put them there. So why they are killing the indigenous people, they are fanning, they are promoting their image. in international scene, they appoint the likes of Bauer to paint their image. They appoint Reni Omokri to come and paint their and launder their image all over the world in order to present them as saints, whereas all of them are devil incarnate. And this is the reason why our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continue to tell each and every one of you, if all of you that follow our leader, remember, our leader has never been wrong. Every prediction, every broadcast that our leader have made calling out these terrorists, our leader have always been right. These people, they don't care about your life. These people want to complete the Usman Danfodio agenda, to dip their Quran into the sea. So they will go at any length. They will do the undoables. Anybody that stands on their way against this agenda, they are going to bring you down. So they use all manner of takia to deceive you, gullible Nigerians. And it's quite unfortunate. Some of our Biafran brothers and sisters fall prey to all this, their shenanigans, their deception. But we, the Biafran people, who followed our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who are the students of history of our leader, we know them for who they are. They can no longer deceive us. Their deception, when it comes to us, have fallen apart because we can shred them in pieces. We have evidences upon evidences upon evidences of their atrocities and cover-ups. So therefore, we have them where it pains them so much. And that is why we are telling you, Biafrans, who are falling prey, who are ignorant of their antics, to come on board and see what we have seen and stand with us and defend our land and fight for what we believe in and fight for Biafra. Because it is only Biafra that can dislodge. The emergence of Biafra disorganize their franchise. What these people are fighting is to have a safe haven in Nigeria. And once they succeed, believe you me, you are going to live like a slave in the rest of your lives. Yes, that program, they planned it hundreds of years ago. And you know the Fulanis that our leader tell us, and we have read about them. We believe them. We believed our leader. These people plan for their plans are a long time. It's not like, oh, we plan for tomorrow. You plan for, they start years and years back to plan for what they are going to do in the nearest future. They sent in their foot soldiers. They sent in their megats. They sent in their shoe shiners. They sent in their gate men. They sent in their barrow pushers. They come and sell sugarcane around your vicinities. They come and scout and see what is happening around you. You think that these people are businessmen? They are not. They are agents of the caliphate. And now that they have unleashed their plans on the indigenous people, that is what you see playing out in Benue State. That is what you are seeing playing out in Southern Kaduna. You saw what happened in Borno recently, where soldiers have been killed like fowl, like chicken. Ragtag Fulani people that don't go to school. People who barely know how to eat, who barely speak English. People who are cattle rearers. How do they get sophisticated weapons to go and dislodge a whole military formation or military barracks? Does that not wonder you? Who gave them the information? Who planned the attack? Believe you me, the attacks are planned by Nihuru Badu. The attacks are planned by Shetima. The attacks are planned by all these reintegrated Boko Haram that they reintegrate into the Nigerian military. The executioners are ISIS, ISWAP, Fulani herdsmen. All these people that you see marauding around your street, carrying melu, cows all over the place. These people are foot soldiers. They are scouting your areas for attack. And once they have concluded their plans to attack, they now strike. Nuhu Ribadu will be guiding them. You saw the Fulani men that are sharing money on social media. You saw the walkie-talkie that they have. Who gave them such sophisticated communication gadget? Where did they buy it from? Oh my goodness me. Biafrans, let us rise up and support our freedom. Let us rise up and support the Biafran Republic government in exile. Let us rise up and support our Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere. He is dismantling the terror cave in Washington, D.C. Our lobbies are doing exceptionally well. That is why you can hear what Gumi is saying today. Gumi was telling you, oh, if Biafrans can lay down their arms, that they are going to support you. He is going to support you. To hell with Gumi and his support. We don't need your support. We cannot lay down our arms for fighting for the freedom of our people. It is practically impossible. It will never work because we want a free Biafran nation that will be free from terrorism, that will be free from jihad. A Biafran nation where everybody will be somebody, where the resources of the state belong to the people, where everybody can attain his potential, not a state where a privileged few, cattle rearers, will be governing professors, and professors will be rigging an election for them. This is not the kind of state, this is not the kind of nation that we want. We want a free Biafran nation, and that is what we are going to get. Nobody is going to stop it. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but we will make sure that Biafra becomes a free nation. But at this critical time, do you know that Biafra is very close more than ever before? Yes. Go to Biafran Republic Government in Exile website. You will see the great work that BRGIE under Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere have done. You will see the political and the engagement that is happening in Washington, D.C. to tell you that it is Biafra or Biafra. So my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, let us continue to support our government. Let us continue to support financially, because everything that is being done is capital intensive. The Biafran Defense Forces, the 100,000 men under arms, they need to be equipped. They need logistics. They are fed, and all the material that they need, we have to provide it for them. And how do you do that? It is through the funding, through your support, so that our land will continue to remain very safe and protected. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, my sister. Continue to do the needful for the Biafran people. We so much appreciate you for your time. We salute our leaders, Ohamadike, Obato Obie. These men are exceptional. Their lives come once in a million years. More importantly, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, you don't expect me to come down to your level. You took my parents away from me. You know how much I love my father and my mother. They took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto to force him, to intimidate him, thinking that, oh, when they take him to Sokoto, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will fidget, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will succumb, and now embrace one Nigeria. They don't know the stuff that our leader is made of. Our leader said, if you kill him, Biafra will come faster. So they are just like we are holding Nigeria. Our leader is holding Nigeria on a very tight corner, a very tight spot, ọ dị ka ekike otito toro n'amụ, ịhapụ ya ọ na-eto afọ, isi ka itie ya itipịa akwana ya, ịpịa ya ịpịwa ihe nwoke ji wee wuru nwoke. For those who don't hear what I'm saying, our leader is like a bone on the throat of the terrorist Nigerian state. They can't vomit it, they can't swallow it. Like a boil on the scrotum. You allow it to continue to grow, you will be in trouble. You say you want to bust it, then you have yourself to contend with all the pains. So when you consider all these things, they don't know what to do. At the end of this process, my brothers and sisters, Biafra will be restored in our own time. We need your support, no matter how little that it is. Go to www.biafranrepublicgovernment.org, all in small letters, no space, and make your donation now. It is very, very important, so that the Biafran Defense Forces will always continue to protect our land. It is now for our freedom, or never. Thank you so much, my sister. I yield my mic here.
Wow, King David, thank you so very much. Thank you. God bless you. That was very, very educative to the Biafran people. Okay, Onyenye, you have the mic. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can you hear me loud and clear? I hope my voice is coming out.
Yes, it's coming out. Go ahead, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Biafrans. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are joining, depending where you are streaming, depending where you are hearing us from. Please, I want to give my voice to remind those who have not shared this space. If you know you have not shared this space, we know sometimes it may be that you've forgotten. It do happens to me. Sometimes I will just join space. I will not remember to share the space until when I will hear the voice of tutor. Please, if you are joining, share this space. I will say, hi, Onyenye, you have not shared this space. What is your problem? I will quickly, yeah.
Onyenye, please. Yeah, there was a little error in what the website David said. Sorry, I just want to correct that. www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org, not gov. It was a slip of tongue from him. I hope everybody got that. www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org is our website. Sorry, Onyenye, go ahead, please.
Tita, I will find you. I will find you. Why you would have. Okay. Wait. Well, anyway, what
I'm
you
giving
corrected.
correction to a wrong website in
You
case we have
corrected.
somebody that wants to pay money now.
Yeah. Okay. What you corrected was very, very important. That's why. Okay. Like I was saying, if you have not shared this space, please share this space. If you don't share this space, what do you gain? You don't gain anything. But once you share this space, you gain something, because your sharing this space may make or cause somebody to repent tonight. So there is a need that you need to share this space. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm just joining the space. I don't know where the area you people are discussing. Let me just discuss on a random based on the topic. The sponsor of your killers wants to fight your killers. Nigeria, big deception. You see, even every one of them knows what they are. They know that they are the terrorists. I don't even call them terrorist enablers. Okay, should we call them terrorist enablers? They are terrorists themselves, because they are the worst. The enablers are they are worse than the terrorists themselves. By the way, Shetima has never one day debunked should I call it allegation? It's not allegation. Shetima has never one day debunked that people have said that he's a terrorist. He eat with them. We found Shetima with the terrorists. All these things, Shetima has not one day debunked it. So these people really, they know that they are the terrorists. Unlike Shegumi. Shegumi also knows that he's a terrorist. So if you are a Biafra and you are expecting these people to do anything for you, your name is sorry. That is why when I see some of our people in Biafra land, when something happens, they will be the one calling this terrorist government, this terrorist Nigeria. Be it Soludo is a terrorist. Be it Hope Uzodinma is a terrorist. We have seen these people in Kohud. We have seen these people together with Hamas, with Iran, non-terrorists. We have seen them together. A friend of a terrorist is a terrorist. So if you are a Biafra and you are expecting these people to do something for you, if you are a Biafra, I just see, sometimes I don't know the kind of generation. That is why when I say that Nigeria citizens are the most weak and docile citizen in the whole world. How can Soludo be destroying the market of over how many thousand people, and yet people cannot rise and stop him? The same these people will be coming out begging people should this government should help us. This one, the government that is killing you can never help you. Take for instance, is it not in Anambra that useless man called Soludo formed people of the security that carries Akodo? When they met with our people, when they met with our youth, they will use this mortar. That mortar, that Akodo, they call it mortar in English, I think. They will use this mortar to break people's leg, especially the youth, the male. They will break their legs. So many people are becoming crippled. So many people they have become crippled because of this reason. The reason of this security, using this mortar to break people's leg. Is it the same these people that you will still see some people calling these people to come and help them? I don't know when something will happen to our people before they will learn. But if you are under my voice and you are hearing my voice, every wise man don't allow something to happen to him or her before him or her will learn. Because if you allow something to happen to you before you will learn, you might learn in a very hard way. So if you are a wise man, try to learn from what happens to others. That is the best learn you can ever learn. We have been calling our people that the only way we can defeat these people, the only way we can actualize this freedom and actualize it very fast, is by you coming out. Let us join hands together and fight this fight. For some of you that think that the only thing you can do is just to go on social media and talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the hero. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there. And you are not doing anything to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that you are calling, that we make sure that he comes out. Nigeria government is used to this social media. If you like, talk from today to next 100 years. This useless terrorist Nigeria government, they don't care. They don't, once it is concerned about our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, once it is about that this, we want this Nigeria to divide. Nigeria, the only way we can do what is to break their hand and take what belongs to us. If you think that the only thing you can contribute is only on social media, you go on social media, oh, I must speak for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, if you don't want me to, if you, it is good for you to speak for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But the most importantly is for you to support, to make sure that we fight this terrorist Nigeria government, these terrorists that want us all dead, is for we to support and have finance to fight them in order to break their hand and take what belongs to us. So for those of you who think supporting Biafra, supporting what we are doing to make sure that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, you think it's not your business. But you can go on social media and talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. To me, I see you as somebody who is using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to grow your page. Because so many of you are using our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to grow your page because you think the only way you can grow your page is by calling our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't see what stop you from. Since you have identified that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is your leader, since you have identified that there is reason for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be out, I don't see the reason why you cannot support to see that our freedom, because this freedom that we are fighting is what is going to bring our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. It has happened to you. Every one of us have seen how Nigeria terrorist government have recruited or have reintegrated Boko Haram into their military. But our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are keeping him in Sokoto. You think only by coming to social media is what you are going to do to bring him out. My dear sister Tutor, thank you for hosting us. I want to appreciate everyone who have come here. Let us keep the ball rolling. Biafra is assured and we must get Biafra. It doesn't matter what the enemy does. Biafra is our goal and Biafra is what we are going to get. Thank you very much for giving me the mic. I hear the mic here and day one.
There were one of Biafra land. Say song for your submission. Say song. Abasiudi on Hey. So we want to listen to, is this a veteran? Okay. Okay, veteran. Oh, you are the one. Okay. I've sent the mic before we analyze, because that is the main thing. Freeman have accused Iran with a document, so he wanted to listen to the statement from Iran ambassador. Veteran, where are you, Papa? You have the mic. I can't see you again. I've given you the mic. Can you see? Show her that anytime I send mic, it will not. It will just slip away. Veteran, please request for the mic again. Internet is so bad today. As you are joining this space, kindly share it. And if you have anything to drop for space donation, we are ready to accept it as well. Thank you so much. Okay, you're on the mic. Go ahead, please, before it will kick you out. Can you hear me? Veteran Dragon 2, you are on the mic. Honestly, I don't understand what is happening today. Okay, while waiting now, when you want to speak, unmute your mic. Maybe he's in a busy place. So let's listen to the interview of this man, the ambassador of Iran, Raja. I'll just use the surname Raja, because he came out to counter what a free man said against or accused Iran of doing, funding terrorism, and he had to back it up with evidence that we have just finished. Some of the evidence that I could just handle in a few minutes. There are thousands and thousands of them. So Vetra, when you are ready, just raise up your hand, then I can mute. Okay? So let's listen to what he said. And listen to his tone and how he was full of jerking statement like that, trembling. He wasn't so consistent in what he was saying. Listen.
First of all, regarding the allegations of Iranian support for terrorism in Nigeria, I have to mention claims that Iran-supported terrorism are completely baseless and politically motivated, aiming undermine the long-standing friendly relation between Iran and Nigeria, which span more than 6 decades, and are currently at their highest level based on the mutual respects, cooperation, shared interest, and diplomatic principles. So, the Islamic Republic of Iran respects Nigerian sovereignty, security, and stability, and highly values its relation with the Nigerian governments and people. Iran has never pursued policies to destabilize Nigeria. So you can ask this question from Nigerian governments, officials. So we are in a good condition in bilateral relation, just area, regional and international point of view. In fact, this is a ridiculous and baseless allegation, and I think somebody should ask, that ambassador, why you raise such a baseless allegation in order to ruin, the good relation and positive relation between Tehran and Abuja.
All right, thank you very much, Ambassador Raja. I'd like to follow up on.
Let me finish my sentence. Sorry. If you allow me. Yeah, so it is important to emphasize that Iran itself, has been one of the greatest victims of the terrorism over the past decades. Even in recent developments, Iran has faced direct terrorism, actions. Just last week, the supreme leader and thousands of senior officials. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Ambassador. Yeah. Please go on.
Officials. So, military commanders were targeted in a terrorist operation. Given these facts, it is highly unreasonable to accuse Iran of supporting terrorism. The reality is that Israel regime itself engaged in state-sponsored terrorism with a long record of terrorist operation, targeted assassination, and covert action against officials and scientists in other countries, in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Palestine. Such accusations are primarily intended to distract public attention from these facts. Iran always emphasized combating terrorism, respecting state sovereignty, and strengthening regional and international cooperation to counter terrorism. You see, during instability in Iraq 10 years ago, we were the country who combats the terrorism in Iraq in order to help Iraqi government against Daesh in northern part. They captured northern part of Iraq, and we helped the government of the.
We will come back to that place. We will come back to that because of time. And what I wanted to hear, and I believe all of you also heard it, because when you pick the mic, you have to also expand as well what he said, and then elaborate it for Biafrans to listen and to grab one or two things from his interview. So before we go to analyzing Ahmed's interview that he cried, I wanted to first of all, because this one is a response to what Freeman said, accusing Iran of funding terrorism in Nigeria with evidence. So the voice you heard is the voice of Raja, who is the Iranian ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Iran to Nigeria. So he came to Arise TV because it's a channel TV that TV station that you can go there, say whatever you like without anybody challenging you. If you don't go to Arise, you can go to channels. Shegu will help you to manage your information, so they know where they go for interview. So he was there to disgrace himself. What we are saying, we have evidence. Yeah. The country whose proxies were marching in 8 Nigerian states, chanting death to America, death to Christians, death to everybody that they feel they can, kill, is ready to help Nigeria fight terrorism. And like, for real? Remember that this same Iran is a member of ECOWAS, whom Nigeria single-handedly appointed to be a member of ECOWAS. And Iran is not an African country. Neither is it from West Africa. So what is Iran doing in ECOWAS? Question mark is still there. Iran also signed an agreement with Niger. Immediately France was kicked out. Within 1 month, they signed an agreement with Niger to extract uranium, which Niger in exchange got generators from Iran. As stupid as they are, the same thing is happening in Biafra land, in Enugu, in Cross River, in Anambra, all those regions that we have uranium. Our illegitimate governors have allowed Iran to keep on extracting uranium from us, instead of them to say, okay, because you can use it to generate electricity, you can use it to prepare nuclear weapons. So atomic, what do they call this group? Nuclear atomic agencies. They are the ones that are like police to check. If you have uranium, what are you using it for? Is it for bomb or to generate energy? They have given the statistics. And Iran came out the other day, we were discussing, and we're bragging about having 460 kg of uranium that can produce 11 nuclear bombs. So when you hear him spew all that from his mouth in Arise TV, some people may really believe that this man and this nation, they are so innocent about terrorism in Nigeria. The facts are there. So they get uranium from Niger, which is the highest country that has uranium in Africa, especially in West Africa. They have started extracting in South Africa. They now they were just waiting for there to be an escalation between France and Niger. Immediately that happened, they stepped in. Now, they are in Nigeria doing the same thing with China. And their own way of using uranium is to prepare nuclear weapon that will level the whole world in 1 day. So they have misused it. That same country ambassador is telling you that Iran is ready to help Nigeria fight terrorism. So I put down some of the words that he said. I may not have been able to get all because of time. So we are going to, and I know you've listened to it, so please also be ready to chip in where I have missed. Yeah. In the first one, he said, he calls the evidence baseless allegations. Even me that is not an ambassador, The evidence are out there. Veteran Dragon 2, please, when you are ready, just give us a sign by raising up your hand. I'll give you the mic, please. Even me, that is not an ambassador, I don't have any portfolio, have come across so many pieces of evidence out there involving Iran funding terrorism in Nigeria. Even if a blind person, you could see the Islamic movement of Nigeria controlled and managed by Zazaki, who traveled last year to go and visit the leader of Iran. It is there. And what did he go for? To give an update of how they have expanded from 0 to more than 15 million members in Nigeria. How they are running free schools, free education. Just mention that you cannot pay school fees. You have admission. 300 schools, they have seminaries as well. We know how he went to Iran to pay homage to Ayatollah. And then he came back dressed in white robe and started evangelism to have members. We saw them this week trampling on the flag of United States of America and Israel. So when an old man come out to read a script, because if you look at it, he was reading a script. When he said, give me time, let me finish, he was reading a script that he had prepared to come out and lie. The same template with Nigerian government. They also have, what is it called? What did this man say they have of liars? Culture of denial. They deny everything. So I don't know who is teaching who how to deny, whether it is Nigeria or Iran that is teaching Nigeria, or Iran is teaching Nigeria. Here are we is the statement. It is two different, sections. First of all, we are just as it is, just baseless. It is just baseless allegations which that person raised. Did you hear what he said? He said, which that person, wait, let me go back. No, because of time, let me just leave it. Maybe if we finish, I can go back. He said, that person raised. He could not even bring himself to call Ambassador Freeman by name or title. He said that person. That's a sign of a guilt already. How can you address a fellow ambassador like you as that person? So you've already, downgraded him, that person. That is a deflection technique that he used, already making you to see Israeli ambassador worthless, that what he said does not matter. That person. Trying to make him lose his credibility as ambassador. Trying to make you see, oh, this man is valueless. He was talking lies. That person. So when you cannot refute the evidence, you attack the person presenting it. That's the same thing that these accountability groups are doing. They cannot match up with what the Biafra Republic government is doing. His Excellency NKERE is doing. They will come out with all forms of lies, call him names, call all his cabinet members names, because they cannot match. They want their gullible followers to believe what they're saying. Oh yeah, and if you can match, prove it. Israeli ambassador came out with evidence, with documented evidence, and he said that there are documented evidence to what he is saying. Counting it for 47 years, there has been records of Iran funding terrorism. But he did not come out with any evidence. Not even one. So accountability should show us, beginning from their website, what they have done. And stop sending book to our prime minister to read. He's not in the prison to read book. The book says, take courage. What did he even say? What did that man write in the book? To honor my mom and dad. Our prime minister does not need to. He has read so many books. He wants you to fund your freedom so that whatever we are doing will bring him out from detention. Not to send him book after prayer and fasting. The next thing is read book. Shuhada, what is happening? Why all this confusion? Just because you are envious of His Excellency NKERE. So that's the same thing this Raja is doing, to make you not to believe what the Israeli Prime Minister Freeman said. That person. And he said that what Freeman actually said was baseless. He said, and that Freeman said that what he said, it is well documented that Iran support terrorist organizations across the globe. With evidence, he said, from Hamas and Hezbollah to the Houthis, with evidence. And I'm basing my fact on that evidence as well. It is there online. He said their influence is now being felt in Nigeria. Everybody saw it this week. He said that Ayatollah personally posted support for a Islamic movement of Nigeria on his X handle. It is there. He said there are documented terror operations by Iran in Argentina, in Bulgaria, and now in West Africa. You can go and verify it. So the man spoke with confidence in what he said. None of these specific claims were denied by Raja. I was thinking when he comes to Arise TV, he's going to debunk all these claims, but he did not. He did not deny any of these claims made by Freeman. He called the whole thing baseless. How can it be baseless when the Freeman is giving you evidence? Just like what happened with Dan Ebuala. God will give us time. Let me see this. We give our half time to deal with that man. Somebody is providing evidence. You said date. He gave a source. He gave you source. Hassan gave source. He said date. That one gave him date. He said, oh, what did he? He said you are very funny. Because you cannot come out to the public and accuse someone without having facts and evidence to that. So that is the same thing this man did, Raja did. Instead of him to say, okay, oh, I heard, because he came out after the interview of Freeman. I heard what Freeman said. He did not counter it. He came out and said, baseless. Who is he fooling? It wasn't baseless. Okay, if everything is baseless, what of the tweet Ayatollah made supporting Islamic movement of Nigeria? So he did not disprove any single specific fact in a court of law. That is not a rebuttal. That is a plea. I don't know if we have lawyers. Please help me if I've made mistake there. Because he did not do anything like that. So that is a plea. Now, if you listen again, he said, spiritual followers, not political. The cover story of what this man used. Let me read exactly. I've told you, I jotted down some of the words that he said. He said, Iran, in fact, has some followers. Did you hear that? I'm not the one that said it. According to the followers of the spiritual leaders, those persons, Muslims, not only the Shiite, not only the Sunni, they are followers in our spirituality, culturally, not politically. Those are his words. Because for me, this is the most important lie in the entire interview that man made. He's trying to explain, away the simultaneous protests in 8 Nigerian states that stepped on the flags of Israel and America. Dead to America is what they were chanting, and everybody heard it. He's now, explaining it away that you now say, okay, he's now looking at it as a spiritual response. That's the point I'm trying to make here. He painted it as a spiritual response from voluntary followers. That's the way he painted it. Do you follow me? So he wants Nigeria to believe that the millions who mobilized within hours of Ayatollah's death are simply, religious mourners that are coming out to mourn, not a structure. And Ahmed also said the same thing. Ahmed said the same thing. So they are speaking the same language. We will come to Ahmed later. So he's seeing them as religious mourners, not a structure funded or militarized political network. So it's coming from the background of religious mourners. And he said again, because this is one thing we also have to know, that a U.S. Treasury Department formally documented in 2015, that is the president of Hezbollah in KANU. The U.S. Treasury sanctioned 3 Hezbollah members for operating a West African-based terror support network, specifically in Nigeria. And the Treasury official statement is this. I'm going to read it officially from what the man said. The primary goal of FRD, that is Hezbollah's Foreign Relations Department. See how they have grown to the extent that they have foreign department and all that in Nigeria, is to scout, recruit for Hezbollah's military unit. And last week, we saw that they've started building their cells. Who do you think will be in the cells? Christians like you and me. He said, as well as to create and support Hezbollah's terrorist infrastructure for its operational unit in Africa and globally. This is what the report of the US Treasury Department documented. This is not Israeli report that you say, okay, it is Israel that said this one. It is not Vanguard opinion. It is not even reported by a Biafran activist. This is the United Treasury Department issuing this official document, saying that Hezbollah's goal in Nigeria is to build military infrastructure. And a man as old as he is coming out on live TV to tell you that all that Freeman said are baseless. And 2 years earlier, in 2013, Nigerian military and DSS uncovered Hezbollah's weapon in KANU. They uncovered it, buried under the floor of a house. What did they do with it? Nothing. 60mm anti-tank, all the weapons you can think of. So many bullets, up to 11,000 bullets. So many rifles. And as I said the other day, 3 Lebanese were also arrested, and they admitted to being Hezbollah's member under questioning. They threatened them, they questioned them, and they had to confirm and accept that they are members of Hezbollah. Lebanese. And the DSS director in KANU said that time, he said, this is the handiwork of Hezbollah. What has just been discovered is the cell of Hezbollah. And what you have seen here is a Hezbollah's armory. I will not forget what he said that time. Now ask me, where are those people today? They were all released. All of them. And the DSS official director that time also added that the weapons were targeted at facilities of Israel and Western interest in Nigeria, because he got this information from the Lebanese people that he arrested. And Raji says that these are spiritual followers. How can they be spiritual followers with all these weapons, with all these explosives? Which religious followers is this one? What kind of spiritual followers buries a Hezbollah's arsenal under their bedroom? To do what? Stocking piles of, stockpiles of weapons, explosive and all that. Training Nigerian Shiites in Beirut is another evidence that is out there. And the evidence goes deeper. The Middle East Institute is also there, not an Israeli think tank, a Washington, D.C. Policy Research Institute. Documented also that Hezbollah is providing military training to Nigerian Shiites in Beirut and also in Lebanon. These sources are very close to Hezbollah commanders that confirm it. He says, Iran has told Hezbollah that it needed to recruit and train Nigerians to establish a stronghold there so that it could serve as what? An operational base for the rest of Africa, mainly to thwart Israeli and Western ambition in the region. That was the aim and objective of that training. Operational base for the rest of Africa. It is not a prayer group that they should prepare. No, not a spiritual movement. As an operational military base. I'm giving you evidence to what has been happening. When this man come out and tell you they are spiritual followers, they are not spiritual followers. That's not who they are. So you cannot tell the sponsors of your killers to kill those killers. It is not possible. Nigeria is deceiving their citizens. The training, according to those sources, is focused on higher ranking officers in commanding positions who can, train new recruits in Nigeria. And that is where they are also extracting the terrorists, send them as forest guard, send them into their Nigerian military, and you could see them crying, deceiving Biafrans. Oh, Southeast youth, come and join military. And we've said the time with that number. If you go, just now I saw in the news that they have killed the Lieutenant Colonel. Sahara reporters reported it a few minutes ago. I can't find it again, it has disappeared. That Boko Haram has have killed a Lieutenant Colonel 1 hour ago. So if you are a Biafran and you feel that your life is useless for you, you can go and join them and you will not sustain even 1 minute. Breaking: Boko Haram kills Nigerian Army commanding officer Lieutenant Colonel Omar Farouk in Borno attack. This is the same army that this man is advertising for Biafrans to join. And we said, no, our people can never be part of the terrorist army. Because we know what they do. They will recruit them and then push them over to Boko Haram to slaughter them. So this is what these people can do. This is what the training officers will do once you are being trained by Hezbollah. With trainees returning to Beirut every 3 to 6 months for training on more sophisticated weapons, how to use the weapons, which is exactly what the terrorist Nigeria is doing when they say they are carrying out rehabilitation training and processes. One of such vocational training is how to train you on how to use these weapons so that you can kill Christians. Because they never make mistake anytime that they are killing. You could see one video today, how they dug a pit, put the, I don't know if that is even the military man that are now publishing, and they used knife to cut his head. It is there. So this is a military pipeline from Tehran to Beirut and then to KANU. It has been running for years. And Raja is on Arise TV calling it spiritual and cultural followers. I have never seen this before. Now, if you listen to it, another thing he said that struck me was peaceful funeral mourning occasions. What is this man talking about? As you can see in Africa, I'm quoting him, after the assassination of our supreme leader, they have some, peaceful rallies and, occasions, I mean, funeral mourning occasions. That was his word. I'm like peaceful mourning occasions in Lagos, in KANU, in Sokoto, in Gombe, all of them, 8 states simultaneously trampling and burning the flags of the United States of America and the state of Israel. And they were chanting death to America, death to Israel, in the capital city of a country that calls itself a secular state. And you are saying that it was peaceful rally, funeral mourning, and at the same time you are chanting death to other citizens? Maybe these people, they fear God small now. Because peaceful mourning doesn't trample the flag of sovereign nations. They don't do that. Peaceful mourning doesn't organize simultaneous demonstrations in 8 states within hours of a foreign leader's death. They don't do that. Peaceful mourning doesn't include burning the flags of 2 countries that have offered Nigeria counter-terrorism assistance. They're not supposed to do that if it was peaceful. What we witnessed in those 8 states, my people, was not grief. It was a show of force. They passed a message. It was Iran's network in Nigeria sending a very strong message. We are here and we are fully organized and we are ready and we are angry. After that, how many people have they killed? And this man was dressed in his suit, stood in the front of the camera and said they were mourning their leaders peacefully. Can you imagine? Another thing that I heard there was Iran will help fight Boko Haram. Hey, I'm like, nah, people get mind though. I'm going to read what he said. For the second part of your question, we always condemn, that was when he said they should allow him to finish. We always condemn terrorism in any kind and forms. I'm reading from what he said. We always condemn and always express our readiness in order to cooperate with the government or the countries who are facing with the terrorism. We express that we are ready to give you the hands to the Nigerian officials, that we are ready to give you the hands in order to combat the terrorism, because I know Nigeria is facing with the terrorism, Boko Haram, ISWAP, etc. This is where really struck me the most, because we have reached the most insulting line of this entire interview, honestly. We know that Iran is a country whose proxies just marched in 8 different states, chanting death to America this week, death to Israel, in fact, death to all of us. And he said he's offering to help Nigeria fight Boko Haram and all the terrorist group. Now, is this man aware that we know that Iran funds and back Islamic movement of Nigeria? And it has been confirmed by Ayatollah's post on X. It has been confirmed by Israeli ambassador. It has also been confirmed by US Treasury sanction. It has also been confirmed by Hezbollah cells discovered in KANU. And this IMN, this Islamic movement of Nigeria, is a structured paramilitary organization with an estimate of 5 million members. A dedicated propaganda apparatus modeled after Hezbollah with training facilities inside Nigeria. And they also have a command structures with officers trained in bureaus. What is he talking about? And the Nigerian government itself had already proscribed this IMN as a security threat, even though they refused to arrest any of them or prosecute any of them. Because there was a confrontation between them and the Nigerian army in 2015 and in Abuja in 2019. It happened in Zaria in 2015. And now Iran says it will help Nigeria fight terrorism. Which terrorism is this man talking about? Which terrorism? Not the terrorism that burned churches in Goshen this week and last week. Not the terrorism that abducts children at midnight and burn them and butcher them. Not terrorism that demands virgin now as ransom in Ekiti. And also, so far as one state have started demanding for virgin, others will join. It has already started in northern state. Iran did not condemn any of those specific attacks on Christians. By name, it did not. It did not. This is deception in the highest order. They have never condemned anything. And it did not even end there. You could see Turkey that is parallel in what is happening right now, which we saw a few months ago, video that was trending that they had intercepted phone call that recorded a conversation between a Mehmet Karatas connecting Turkish Airlines and Erdogan advisor about the transfer of weapons to Nigeria, which says, I don't know whether these weapons will kill Muslims or Christians. So that conversation already confirmed a guilt about weapons transferred to Nigeria. What is really happening in Nigeria? The ground is so fertile for terrorism. Can't they find another country? Why are they sending weapons to Nigeria? Why do they enjoy seeing blood? The sponsors of your killers want to fight your killers. It is not possible. And what is paining me is that Biafrans who have money are sitting on their fence. They don't want to support their freedom. They want magic to happen. I don't know. Nigeria's own defense headquarters spokesman, Onyema, said it. It is a serious national security issue and it is receiving the required attention when they intercepted this call. But all these things we know, they are all shows. They cannot do anything. Nigerian custom in 2017, they intercepted 440 illegal pump action rifles shipped from Turkey to Nigeria at Lagos port. And 5 months after a previous seizure of 661 illegal rifles still from Turkey at the same port. Where are those weapons today? They have given it to the terrorists. So Turkey shipped weapons to Nigeria, and yet Turkey is now Nigeria's strategic partner in defense. And we saw the debris of the weapons in Biafra land last month. They want to partner in defense. The same thing Iran is doing. They want to partner in education and the Islamic world at large, which is their target. So Iran now funded an armed Shia movement in Nigeria and has Hezbollah cell with anti-tank rockets buried in KANU. And now Iran is offering to help Nigeria fight Boko Haram. Does that remind you people of something Nigeria NSA said? He called the terrorists his brothers. So when this man called terrorists his brothers, when Iran offers to fight the terrorists it sponsors and Turkey ship weapons and then offer that same defense partnership, what exactly is the Nigerian government fighting? And on whose behalf? He continued to say, we are a victim of terrorism. I say, for real? So we condemn any kind of terrorism. We condemn any kind of terrorism, including in Nigeria. We did it. This is Raja saying it. Iran, that we all know, is a regime formally designated as a state of sponsor of terrorism by United States. Even European Union did the same. UK did the same. Canada and other multiple nations did the same. Is now claiming to be a victim of terrorism. Iran government massacred 70,000 plus of its own citizens that protested within 2 months. And he said, we did it. What did you do? Meaning we condemn terrorism in Nigeria. That is a reference to their foreign ministry statement. Statement that condemned terrorism in the abstract, while never specifically condemned the Islamic movement of Nigeria, clashing with Nigerian army. Never condemning the burning of churches. Never have they ever condemned the demand for virgins. They have never named Boko Haram as an enemy that should be hunted and destroyed. Now, if you notice what Raja never said in this entire interview, because I was putting my ears down to hear what he would say, he never mentioned Islamic movement of Nigeria by name. He never. So now, do you understand the terrorists that Iran wants to fight? It is Biafra people. We are the terrorists. Iran is telling you that they will help Nigeria to fight. Because Iran can never fight Islamic movements of Nigeria that they are sponsoring, with Hezbollah having cells in Nigeria. It is not possible. That was the reason he never mentioned it. You are the terrorists that they know. You are the terrorists that Turkey knows. You are the terrorists that UK knows and every other country. You are the terrorists that France knows. You are the terrorists that China knows. All these countries supporting Nigeria. So don't find yourself and say, oh, do we really have, are we the terrorists he's talking about, or is he really talking about the Boko Haram members in Nigeria? The answer is no. The terrorists that Raja said in Arise TV is you, all the Biafran people in Biafra land, and also that have been trapped in Nigeria. That is what he's coming to fight, because Raja knows that they have Islamic movement of Nigeria funded, groomed by them, and they can never. Ribadu came out last week and told you these are our brothers. They cannot hide it anymore. So if you are sitting on the fence, you could be the next target. They have shared it among themselves. They have protected themselves. If you think I'm lying, why did you see Turkey debris, their weapons? Why did you see the debris in Biafra land? Because they see you as the terrorist. So never you have in mind that truly they are coming to fight Boko Haram. No, it is Biafrans that he's talking about here. And I know those in Arise TV don't know what he was talking about. That's it. They are covered. They have taken over Niger. They have taken over Nigeria. The seed from Zazaki, from Ayotala through Zazaki, was planted since 1980. And the seed has grown to more than 5 million population today. And you could see them display in all the 8 states, trampling on the flags of these 2 nations. So he never mentioned this movement by name. And he will never mention. He can never mention. He spoke about Boko Haram and ISWAP, the Sunni jihadist group, the group Iran has no connection to. But the one they have connection to, which is the Shia, the Islamic movement of Nigeria, the Shia organization that Ayatollah publicly backed on X, that has clashed with Nigerian soldiers, that was used as an example by Ambassador Freeman, that is Israeli ambassador, was completely absent from this man's answer. He never mentioned their name. So you cannot condemn terrorism in any form and then refuse to name the specific organization in Nigeria that your supreme leader publicly endorsed. I don't know if you are still hearing me. Hey, am I being heard? Was I frozen?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. So, to just round it up and give the final verdict on this man, he appeared on TV to do three things. Three good things. That is the way I'm saying it. Raja appeared on Arise TV to do three things. One, he came there to discredit Israeli ambassador by attacking his credibility rather than disproving his specific evidence. Two, he came there to reframe Iran's organized proxy network in Nigeria as a spiritual and cultural movement of voluntary mourners, erasing the US Treasury sanctions, the Hezbollah arsenal that they have in KANU, and the training pipeline from Beirut, and the 8-state simultaneous mobilization that they did because their leader was terminated. Three, he came to position Iran openly as Nigeria's ally against terrorism, while never named Islamic Movement of Nigeria. He never condemned the estate that protested and trampled on the flags of these sweet two nations, and he never acknowledged that Ayatollah made a post publicly endorsing Islamic Movement of Nigeria. He never did that. So that interview was not diplomacy. It was a cover-up dressed as an offer. Because he came out immediately, Israeli Prime Minister Freeman had his interview and accused him with documented facts. So if Iran truly condemns terrorism in all forms, like Raja said in Arise TV, Iran condemns the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, violence clashes. I want him to repeat this statement after me, if truly he wants to condemn terrorism. So he should come out next day and say that he condemns the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, violent clashes with Nigerian security forces, and all the terrorism acts, and all the trampling on US and American flag. Let him come out and say it. Let him come out and say it if truly he wants to fight terrorism. The demand of vengeance and everything that the terrorists have been doing, let him come out and condemn it. We want to check something. That is what we want to check. And if you remember, he had already met with a Hobus Odimma. Yes, in case we have forgotten. That is a trend now. You see, he has come out fully. He met with Hobus Odimma. Which day was that? December 4th, 2025. Just 3 months before he came to this Arise TV. Multiple verified news outlets, including the Source, New Telegram, everyone reported Hope Uzodinma having meeting with them, and we saw it happen. Even Hope Uzodinma himself posted it on his X handle as well. He said, I had the honor of receiving the ambassador of Islamic Republic. I'm reading from his handle, of Iran to Nigeria, His Excellency Raja, at the Imo State Government Lodge, Asokoro. Our engagement was constructive and focused on exploring how Imo State can benefit from the long-standing bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Iran, with a view of attracting investment, enhancing capacity, and fostering sustainable growth. That was what Hope Uzodinma tweeted. And when you look at what he said, long-standing bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Iran. This is a relationship Freeman just confirmed on Arise TV, ambassador of Israel. Because that relationship includes funding of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, the Hezbollah group in KANU State, and the training. That relationship is what him, Raja, said, that they have long-standing relationship in Nigeria, attracting investment and enhancing capacity. Investment in what exactly? I've been cracking my brain. The same Iran that used US Treasury sanction for building Hezbollah military infrastructure in Nigeria is being invited to enhance capacity in Imo State. What capacity? Capacity to kill Biafrans. Capacity to expand Islamic structure in Biafra land. That is the capacity that they are talking about. These people speak in coded languages to confuse you. That is the capacity they want to build. And you know very well that because he cannot deliver, Tinubu immediately withdrew the appointment he gave to him. And gave it to a Fulani man. You see, because he couldn't destroy our freedom. We know what this man has done to the Biafran people. We know what Obuzodimma has done in his 5 years as governor. We've seen how he has clashed with our people. We've seen how he has caused insecurity in Biafra land. We've seen all this. And this is the same man that is so happy to bring in Iran ambassador to our land to discuss enhancing capacity. So my people, they are not coming for any agriculture in Biafra land, no. Because Iran wants something in Biafra land. What does he want? A regime whose entire Nigeria strategy, according to US Treasury document, is to build military infrastructure and recruit fighters and establish operational base for the rest of Africa to thwart Israeli and Western ambition. They know very well that Israel is supporting Biafra. Obuzodimma and Iran ambassador knows that US is supporting Biafra. So they are scared. They want to have their own base in Biafra land, coordinated by Obuzodimma. That is why they want Imo State. And Obuzodimma has already built the biggest mosque for them. What investment does a designated state sponsor of terrorism bring to Biafra land than Islamization? They are not coming to build schools. They are not coming to improve agriculture. The same playbook that built 3 million Shia followers in North from 1980. The playbook of mosque, the playbook of schools, Islamic schools, underground military network is now being given a warm welcome into the Christian-dominated Biafra land by a governor who does not represent Biafran people. That man sitting in government house, as our prime minister said, we need to evacuate him, and we cannot evacuate him with saliva. We need serious funding. We need AJ and Ejema, because Hope Uzodimma has opened the door for this man to come in. So we need to fund. If you have IOU, give to us. The door is almost closed. They are in our land. After Ekiti demanding for virgin, they will cross to Biafra land. They're already there in all the bushes. And you are here